Have you ever felt stuck, like you're just going through the motions of life without really living? Are you constantly waiting for the right time to start making changes? Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the best moment to change your life is now. Many of us have dreams and goals, but keep putting them off. We think, I'll start tomorrow, or when things settle down, I'll make a change. But what if we told you that waiting is just another excuse? What if the key to living a more fulfilling life is to stop waiting and start now? Take a simple example. Picture someone who wants to get fit. They have the gym membership, the workout gear, and the motivation. But instead of going to the gym, they keep saying, I'll start next week. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months. Before they know it, their dream of being fit is still just that, a dream. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore how to break free from these excuses and start living fully. In this video, we'll dive into how adopting a mindset of immediate action, inspired by the teachings of Buddhism, can transform your life. If you're ready to make a change, hit that like button, leave a comment, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. There are so many viewers on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content and reach more people like you. Now, let's begin our journey. Imagine for a moment that every second of your life is precious. Imagine that each moment is an opportunity to live fully, without excuses. Buddhism teaches us that the only time we truly have is now. By understanding and embracing this, we can start living a life that is rich with meaning and purpose. Stay tuned as we uncover how the principles of Buddhism can guide us in breaking free from procrastination and embracing the present moment. The essence of Buddhism: understanding the basics. Let's start by uncovering what Buddhism is all about. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast and beautiful forest. You can see just the tips of the trees and feel the breeze on your face. Buddhism is like that forest. It might seem vast and complex at first, but once you step in, it's full of simple, powerful insights that can help you live a better life. At its core, Buddhism is a way of understanding and dealing with life. It's not about following strict rules or worshiping deities. Instead, it's about discovering the true nature of our mind and our experiences. It teaches us how to live peacefully and wisely. One of the central ideas in Buddhism is that life is full of suffering. But here's the good news: Buddhism doesn't just point out the problem. It also shows us a way to overcome it. The path to a more fulfilling life starts with understanding how and why we suffer. Think about it. Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of wanting things you don't have and feeling unhappy because of it? That's what Buddhism calls suffering. Not just physical pain, but the emotional and mental struggles we face. Buddhism teaches us that much of this suffering comes from our desires and attachments. We want things to be a certain way, and when they aren't, we feel frustrated or disappointed. Now, imagine you're holding a heavy bag. The more you cling to it, the heavier it feels. But if you let go, you can walk more freely and easily. Buddhism suggests that by letting go of our attachments and desires, we can lighten our emotional load and find greater peace. The teachings of Buddhism are often summarized in a few key ideas. One of these is the concept of impermanence. This means that everything in life is constantly changing. Nothing stays the same forever, and that's okay. By accepting that change is a natural part of life, we can find peace and adapt more easily to whatever comes our way. Another important idea is mindfulness. This is about being fully present in the moment. Instead of worrying about the past or the future, mindfulness teaches us to focus on what's happening right now. It's like paying full attention to the taste of your food, the feel of the sun on your skin, or the sound of birds singing. By being mindful, we can appreciate the little things in life and reduce our stress and anxiety. Buddhism also emphasizes compassion. This means being kind and understanding towards ourselves and others. When we practice compassion, we're not only helping others, but we're also making ourselves feel better. Compassion helps us build strong connections with others and fosters a sense of community and support. One key practice in Buddhism is meditation. Think of meditation as a way to train your mind, just like you would train your body with exercise. When you meditate, you focus on your breath or a simple thought, which helps calm your mind and bring clarity. Over time, meditation can help you manage stress, improve your concentration, and understand yourself better. Buddhism teaches us that by understanding and practicing these principles, we can live more harmoniously with ourselves and others. It's not about becoming perfect or achieving enlightenment overnight. It's about making small, consistent changes in how we think and act. Each step we take towards understanding these teachings can lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. As we continue our journey, keep in mind that Buddhism offers practical tools for living a better life. It's like having a guide to navigate the complexities of the forest. By following its teachings, you can find your way through the challenges and enjoy the beauty of the path. So, take a deep breath and let these ideas sink in. Buddhism isn't just a set of beliefs. It's a practical approach to living a more mindful and compassionate life. As we explore more about Buddhism, remember that each principle we discuss is a step towards a more balanced and peaceful life. The Four Noble Truths, facing life's realities. Listen carefully. Today, I will share something that has the power to change your life. It's simple, yet deeply profound. We call it the Four Noble Truths, and they are at the heart of Buddhist teaching. These truths help us understand why we suffer and, more importantly, how we can stop suffering. They are like a map, guiding us from pain and confusion to peace and clarity. The first truth is very straightforward. Life involves suffering. Now, you might think, suffering? That's a strong word. But look closely at your own life. Have you ever felt pain? Have you ever been sad, angry, or frustrated? These are all forms of suffering. Even things that seem good, like getting a new job or falling in love, can come with worries and fears. What if things don't go as planned? What if we lose what we love? So, the first truth is not meant to make us sad. It's to help us see reality as it is. Life, as we know it, is not perfect. Now, the second noble truth explains why we suffer. It says that our suffering comes from craving and attachment. We want things, we want to be happy, and we want to avoid pain. We want more money, more love, more success. And when we don't get what we want, or when we lose what we have, we suffer. Imagine you're holding sand in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more sand slips through your fingers. Our desires are like that. The more we cling to them, the more we suffer. Think about it. Why do we feel upset when someone criticizes us? It's because we are attached to our image, to how others see us. Why do we feel anxious about the future? It's because we crave security, wanting everything to go according to our plans. This craving is like a fire inside us, always burning, always wanting more. And this fire of desire never truly goes away, no matter how much we feed it. The third noble truth brings hope. It tells us that there is a way to end this suffering. We can put out the fire of craving and attachment. It's like when the sun comes out after a storm, and everything feels calm and clear. This state is called nirvana. It's not a place, but a state of being where the mind is at peace, free from desire and suffering. Reaching this state doesn't mean you'll never face problems again, but your mind will not cling to them. You will see things as they are and respond with wisdom and compassion. How can we reach this state? That brings us to the fourth noble truth, the path to ending suffering. It's called the Eightfold Path. Think of it as a guide, like steps that lead you up a mountain. Each step takes you closer to the top, closer to a life free from suffering. This path includes things like having the right understanding, speaking kindly, acting with compassion, and developing a focused and calm mind. By following these steps, we can gradually let go of our attachments and cravings. Let's make this clear with an example. Imagine you're holding a cup of water. If you hold it lightly, you can carry it without trouble. But if you grip it too tightly, your hand will start to ache, and you might even drop the cup. Our desires are like that cup. Holding them lightly means appreciating what we have without being desperate to hold on or get more. It means enjoying life's pleasures without letting them control us. When we do this, we suffer less and we find more peace. Let's look at everyday situations. Suppose you want a new car. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you tell yourself, I need this car to be happy, then you're setting yourself up for suffering. What if you can't afford it? What if you get it and it doesn't bring the joy you expected? The problem is not the car, but our attachment to the idea that it will make us happy. The Four Noble Truths teach us to recognize these patterns of thought and gently let go of them. Now, some might say, if I let go of my desires, will I lose all ambition? The answer is no. It's about finding a balance. You can still have goals and dreams. The key is not to be attached to the outcome. Work hard, strive for your dreams, but understand that your happiness doesn't depend solely on them. Real freedom comes when you can enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The Four Noble Truths aren't just ideas. They're practical tools we can use every day. The next time you feel angry or upset, stop for a moment. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to? What desire is causing this suffering? By observing your thoughts and feelings, you begin to see the patterns that lead to suffering. You begin to understand how to let go. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice and patience. But each step you take brings you closer to a life filled with more peace and less pain. It's a gradual process, like a lotus flower that slowly opens its petals to the sun. With each passing day, you can learn to live with less fear, less anger, and more joy. Remember, the Four Noble Truths are not just for monks or spiritual teachers. They are for everyone. Whether you're a student, a parent, a worker, or a friend, these truths can help you navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. They remind us that suffering is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. There is a way to be free, to live fully and deeply right now. So, take a moment to reflect on these truths. See how they apply to your life. Notice your desires and attachments, and ask yourself if they bring more happiness or more pain. Begin the journey of letting go. Start small, with simple things, and gradually work your way up. Each step is a step towards freedom, a step towards living a life without excuses, fully in the present moment. This is the wisdom of the Four Noble Truths. They are not just words, but a path to a more joyful and meaningful life. Embrace them, and watch how your life begins to transform, one peaceful moment at a time. The Eightfold Path, your guide to transformation. Imagine walking a path that guides you to a place of peace and fulfillment. This path is not always visible, but it is always there, waiting for you to take the first step. In Buddhism, this path is known as the Eightfold Path. It is a guide to transforming your life and finding true happiness. Let's explore this path together. The Eightfold Path consists of 8 steps, each designed to help you live a life of balance and wisdom. These steps are like beacons of light, showing you how to navigate through the challenges of life and move toward a more meaningful existence. Right understanding. This step involves seeing the world as it truly is. It means understanding the nature of suffering and the causes of our unhappiness. When we see things clearly, we can begin to make better choices and find peace. Right intent. Here, you focus on your intentions and desires. It means setting your heart on good things, compassion, kindness, and love. When your intentions are pure, your actions naturally follow, leading you toward a more fulfilling life. Right speech. Our words have power. Right speech means speaking truthfully and kindly. It's about avoiding gossip, lying, or harsh words. When we communicate with honesty and respect, we build better relationships and create a positive environment around us. Right action. This step is about how you act in the world. It involves doing good deeds, avoiding harm, and living ethically. When your actions align with your values, you contribute to a better world and live with a clear conscience. Right livelihood. This step encourages you to choose a profession that does not harm others and aligns with your values. It's about finding work that brings joy and helps others, rather than just earning money or gaining status. Right effort. Right effort involves cultivating positive qualities and letting go of negative ones. It's about putting in the effort to grow, improve, and overcome obstacles. This step requires dedication and persistence. but it leads to personal growth and happiness. Right mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in each moment. It means paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. By being mindful, you can better understand yourself and respond to life's challenges with clarity. Right concentration. This step involves developing focus and mental clarity through practices like meditation. It's about training your mind to be calm and centered, which helps you gain insight and make wiser decisions. By following these 8 steps, you create a foundation for a more meaningful and balanced life. Each step builds on the others, creating a path that leads to personal transformation and inner peace. As you walk this path, remember that it's not about achieving perfection, but about making progress. Every step you take brings you closer to a life of purpose and joy. Embrace the journey, and let the eightfold path guide you toward a brighter future. Mindfulness and meditation, tools for clarity. Imagine you are sitting quietly with your eyes closed, taking a deep breath. The air flows in, and then it flows out. In this moment, you feel peace. Your mind is calm. Your thoughts are like gentle waves in a quiet lake. This is the power of mindfulness. This is the power of meditation. In our busy lives, we are often surrounded by noise. Not just noise from the outside world, but noise inside our own minds. Thoughts about what we need to do tomorrow, worries about what happened yesterday, fears about what might happen next. All these thoughts keep us from truly living in the present moment. But through mindfulness and meditation, we can quiet this noise and find peace within ourselves. Mindfulness is about being fully aware of the present moment. It means paying attention to what is happening right now, without judgment, without distraction. When you are mindful, you are not worrying about the past or the future. You are focused on the here and now. You can practice mindfulness anywhere, at any time. When you are eating, just eat. Taste the food, feel its texture, enjoy its flavor. When you are walking, just walk. Feel the ground under your feet, the wind on your face, the rhythm of your steps. When you're talking to someone, just listen. Hear their words, understand their feelings, be present with them. This is mindfulness. Meditation is a practice that helps you develop mindfulness. It is a way to train your mind, to teach it to be calm and focused. In meditation, you might sit quietly and focus on your breath. As you breathe in, you feel the air enter your body. As you breathe out, you feel the air leave your body. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Just gently bring your focus back to your breath. With time and practice, meditation helps you become more aware, more calm, and more centered. Imagine you are holding a glass of water, and the water is muddy and cloudy. If you keep stirring it, the water stays muddy. But if you set the glass down and leave it still, the mud settles and the water becomes clear. Your mind is like this glass of water. When you are always moving, always busy, your mind is cloudy. But when you sit still and practice meditation, your thoughts settle and your mind becomes clear. In this clarity, you can see things as they truly are. You can understand yourself better. You can make decisions that are wise and kind. Mindfulness and meditation are not just about sitting quietly. They are about being fully alive. They are about experiencing life deeply and completely. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to see the beauty in small things. The way sunlight falls through the leaves, the sound of a bird singing, the smile on a friend's face. You learn to appreciate each moment because you know that each moment is unique and precious. Some people think that meditation is difficult or that it takes a lot of time. But even a few minutes each day can make a big difference. Start with just 5 minutes. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. If thoughts come, let them come and then gently let them go. There's no need to fight your thoughts. Just observe them and then return to your breath. With practice, you will find that you can extend your meditation time and that the peace you find in meditation will start to flow into the rest of your day. Mindfulness can also help you deal with stress and difficult emotions. When you feel angry, anxious, or sad, take a moment to pause. Notice your feelings without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where do I feel it in my body? By observing your emotions in this way, you can respond to them more calmly and wisely. Instead of reacting with anger or fear, you can choose to act with understanding and compassion. Think about a time when you were upset and you reacted without thinking. Maybe you said something you regretted, or you did something that made the situation worse. Now imagine if, in that moment, you had paused, taken a deep breath, and brought your mind back to the present. How might things have been different? Mindfulness gives you this pause. It gives you the space to choose your actions carefully and thoughtfully. Buddhism teaches us that everything is connected. Your thoughts affect your actions affect your life, and your life affects the world around you. When you practice mindfulness and meditation, you are not just helping yourself. You are also helping others. A calm mind leads to kind words and kind actions. Kind words and actions create a more peaceful and loving world. Imagine if everyone practiced mindfulness. Imagine a world where people listened to each other, where they took time to understand each other's feelings, where they acted with kindness and compassion. This is the power of mindfulness and meditation. It starts with you, with each of us one moment at a time. Remember, mindfulness and meditation are not about escaping from life. They're about living life more fully. They're about waking up to the beauty and wonder that are always around us, if we only take the time to notice. So take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Feel the peace that comes from being present in this moment. This is where life happens. This is where you find your true self. Mindfulness and meditation are gifts that you can give yourself. They are practices that can transform your life from one of excuses and regrets to one of clarity and purpose. Start today, even if it's just for a few minutes. With each breath, with each moment, you are taking a step on the path to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. In this quiet, in this stillness, you find your strength. You find your truth. You find that the best time to live your life is now. Overcoming obstacles, letting go of excuses. In our journey through life, we often encounter obstacles. These obstacles can be physical, emotional, or mental. They seem to block our path and make progress difficult. But the truth is, obstacles are not there to stop us. They are there to teach us. Imagine a river. When a large rock is in its way, the water doesn't stop. It flows around the rock. Similarly, when we face obstacles, we must find a way to move around them or through them, not let them stop us. This is the essence of overcoming obstacles. In Buddhism, there is a concept called Dhamma, which means truth or law. According to this concept, life is full of challenges, and how we respond to these challenges defines our path. If we let obstacles control us, we remain stuck. But if we face them with courage and wisdom, we find a new way forward. Consider a person who wants to meditate but feels they are too busy. They say, "I don't have time to sit and meditate." This is an excuse. In reality, everyone has moments in their day that can be used for meditation. It might be just 5 minutes in the morning or evening. The obstacle here is not time, but the belief that time is an excuse. Let's take another example. Suppose someone wishes to start a new career but feels afraid of failure. They might say, "What if I'm not good enough?" This fear becomes an obstacle. But, as Buddhism teaches, fear is not a wall. It is just a feeling. We can acknowledge it, understand it, and still move forward. To overcome obstacles, we must first recognize them for what they are. They are not barriers to our success, but opportunities to learn and grow. By shifting our perspective, we can transform these obstacles into stepping stones. Buddha taught that the path to overcoming obstacles begins with mindfulness. Being aware of our thoughts and feelings helps us understand why we feel blocked. Are these feelings based on reality, or are they just fears and doubts? Mindfulness allows us to see clearly and act wisely. Another important aspect of overcoming obstacles is perseverance. In Buddhism, perseverance is seen as a form of strength. It means continuing on our path despite difficulties. If we keep moving forward, even in small steps, we gradually overcome our obstacles. One way to practice perseverance is to set small, achievable goals. Instead of trying to tackle a big obstacle all at once, break it down into smaller, manageable parts. Celebrate each small victory along the way. This approach makes the obstacles seem less daunting and more manageable. It is also helpful to seek support from others. In Buddhism, community or sangha is an essential support system. Surrounding ourselves with people who encourage and support us can make overcoming obstacles easier. They can provide guidance, share their experiences, and offer motivation. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Each obstacle we face and overcome makes us stronger and wiser. They teach us about ourselves and our capabilities. By embracing this mindset, we learn to approach challenges with a positive and proactive attitude. In conclusion, obstacles are not to be feared or avoided. They are part of life's natural flow. By recognizing and addressing them with mindfulness, perseverance, and support, we can transform these challenges into opportunities for growth and change. As you face obstacles in your own life, remember the river and the rock. Let the water of your determination and wisdom flow around or through the obstacles, and you will find your way forward. The role of compassion, connecting with others. Compassion is like a gentle breeze that soothes and refreshes everyone it touches. In our journey through life, it is a guiding light, showing us how to connect with others and ourselves in meaningful ways. Imagine you're walking down a busy street. You see a stranger struggling with heavy bags, and without hesitation, you offer to help. That simple act of kindness can make a world of difference. Compassion is not just about grand gestures. It's often found in the small, everyday moments. In Buddhism, compassion is a core principle, deeply intertwined with the concept of interconnectedness. We are all connected, and what affects one person affects us all. This understanding helps us to see beyond ourselves and to genuinely care for others. When we practice compassion, we learn to listen deeply and understand others' experiences. It's like being a mirror that reflects kindness and empathy. When someone is in pain or joy, your compassionate presence makes them feel seen and valued. This connection builds trust and strengthens relationships. Think of compassion as a bridge between hearts. Just as a bridge connects two places, compassion connects people. When you offer a kind word or a helping hand, you're building this bridge, making it easier for others to reach out to you, and vice versa. Compassion also begins with ourselves. We often criticize ourselves harshly, forgetting that we too deserve kindness. By practicing self-compassion, we learn to accept our imperfections and treat ourselves with the same warmth we offer others. This inner kindness reflects outwardly, enhancing our relationships and interactions. The teachings of Buddhism remind us that compassion is not a luxury, but a necessity. It is through compassionate actions that we can alleviate the suffering of others and ourselves. Each act of compassion, no matter how small, contributes to a more loving and harmonious world. Consider this. When you are compassionate towards others, you are also nurturing your own spirit. It creates a ripple effect, spreading positivity and warmth. This ripple doesn't just touch those directly around you. It extends further, influencing the wider community and even reaching out into the world. Practicing compassion means stepping out of your own concerns and making an effort to understand and assist others. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes and acting with empathy. This shift in perspective allows you to build stronger, more meaningful connections with those around you. Compassion also teaches us patience. It reminds us that everyone is on their own journey, facing their own struggles. By approaching others with patience and kindness, we create a space where they feel safe and valued, fostering deeper and more authentic relationships. As you go through your day, look for opportunities to practice compassion. It could be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, helping a colleague with their workload, or taking a moment to listen to a friend in need. Each act of kindness enhances the quality of our interactions and enriches our lives. Remember, compassion is a practice, not a destination. It requires continuous effort and mindfulness. By making it a part of your daily life, you contribute to a more empathetic and connected world. So, as you move forward, embrace compassion as a central part of your journey. Allow it to guide your actions, shape your interactions, and nurture your relationships. By doing so, you not only improve the lives of others, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and connection within yourself. Impermanence and acceptance. Embracing change. In the quiet moments of meditation, we come to understand a simple truth. Everything changes. The world around us is in a constant state of flux. Flowers bloom and wither, seasons shift, and even our thoughts and feelings evolve. This is the essence of impermanence. Imagine you're watching a river flow. The water moves continuously, never staying the same for even a moment. It doesn't struggle against the changes. It flows effortlessly, embracing each new moment. Our lives are like that river. They are in constant movement, and the more we resist this, the more we suffer. Accepting impermanence is not about resigning ourselves to fate or giving up. It's about recognizing that change is an inherent part of life and finding peace in it. When we fight against change, we create unnecessary suffering. But when we accept it, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Consider a time when you faced a significant change in your life. Maybe it was a job change, a move to a new city, or the end of a relationship. At first, it felt overwhelming, and you might have tried to hold on to the past. But as time passed, you began to see the new opportunities that came with this change. You adapted and grew. This is the beauty of impermanence. Buddhism teaches us that clinging to what we have, or what we want, only leads to suffering. Instead, by accepting that change is a natural part of life, we can find a deeper sense of peace. We learn to let go of our attachments and live more freely. Think of a leaf falling from a tree. It doesn't resist. It simply lets go and floats gently to the ground. There is no struggle, no resistance. In the same way, when we let go of our resistance to change, we can move through life with greater ease and joy. To embrace change fully, we must practice mindfulness. This means paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we notice ourselves resisting change, we can gently remind ourselves that change is natural. We can observe our feelings of discomfort and allow them to pass without letting them control us. Acceptance doesn't mean we won't have challenges or difficulties. It means we face them with a calm and open heart. When we accept that change is inevitable, we are better prepared to handle the ups and downs of life. We become more resilient and adaptable, finding strength in the flow of life rather than in fighting against it. In our daily lives, we can practice acceptance by being present in each moment. When we find ourselves worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we can gently bring our attention back to the here and now. We can appreciate the beauty of each moment, just as it is, without needing it to be different. Embracing impermanence also means celebrating the moments of change. Each new experience, each shift in our lives, brings with it new opportunities for growth and learning. By welcoming these moments with an open heart, we enrich our lives and find deeper fulfillment. As we move through life, let's remember that change is not our enemy, but our companion. It helps us grow and evolve. By accepting impermanence, we can live more fully and joyfully, finding peace in the ever-changing flow of life. The concept of non-attachment, finding freedom. In life, we often cling to things, whether it's possessions, relationships, or even our own ideas. But have you ever wondered what happens when we let go of these attachments? Imagine your life as a river flowing smoothly. When you hold on to things too tightly, it's like placing rocks in a river. The flow gets obstructed, and the water struggles to move freely. Non-attachment doesn't mean giving up everything or becoming indifferent. It means finding freedom from the things that hold us back. By understanding non-attachment, we discover that true freedom comes from within. It's about being at peace with ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Think of a tree. It stands strong and tall, but its branches sway with the wind. It doesn't resist the wind. Instead, it moves with it. In the same way, we can learn to adapt and flow with life's changes without being weighed down by them. When we cling to things, we create expectations and desires. This attachment leads to frustration and disappointment when things don't turn out as we hoped. Non-attachment teaches us to accept things as they are without clinging to how we think they should be. Imagine a child holding on to a toy. When the toy is taken away, the child cries. But if the child learns to let go, they can find joy in other things around them. Similarly, when we let go of our attachments, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. Non-attachment also helps us in our relationships. Instead of holding tightly to our loved ones, we learn to appreciate them without trying to control or possess them. This way, our relationships become more meaningful and fulfilling. We give and receive love freely, without the fear of losing it. In the teachings of Buddhism, non-attachment is not about renouncing the world. It's about understanding that true happiness comes from within. We can enjoy life's pleasures without being attached to them. When we let go of our need for control, we find a deeper sense of contentment. Think of a bird in flight. It doesn't cling to the branch it once rested on. It soars through the sky, embracing the freedom to move in any direction. By practicing non-attachment, we too can soar through life with grace and ease, free from the burdens of our desires and expectations. Embracing non-attachment can be challenging. We are conditioned to hold on tightly to things, believing they define our happiness. But with practice, we can learn to let go and find joy in the simple moments of life. We start to see that our true essence is not tied to material possessions or fleeting emotions. In your daily life, notice the things you cling to. Are there areas where your attachment causes you stress or unhappiness? By gently letting go and embracing non-attachment, you create space for new experiences and a more profound sense of inner peace. In summary, non-attachment is about finding freedom from the things that hold us back. It's about living with an open heart, accepting life as it is, and embracing the present moment. As we practice non-attachment, we discover that true happiness and contentment come from within, not from the external world. The power of now, living fully in the present. In the quiet of the present moment, we find the essence of our lives. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. All we truly have is this moment, right here and right now. When we understand and embrace the power of now, we unlock the secret to living a full and meaningful life. Imagine you're sitting quietly, enjoying a simple meal. If your mind drifts to the past or worries about the future, you might miss the taste and satisfaction of your food. By focusing on the present, you can savor each bite, appreciate the flavors, and truly enjoy the moment. This is the power of now, experiencing life fully, one moment at a time. The teachings of Buddhism often remind us that the present moment is where life unfolds. We spend so much time thinking about what could have been or what might be that we forget to live in the here and now. Each moment holds the potential for joy, peace, and fulfillment. When we let go of our regrets about the past and anxieties about the future, we make space to embrace the present fully. Think of your daily tasks, from brushing your teeth to walking to work. If you do these tasks with full attention, you engage with the moment. When you're present, you notice the small details, feel the sensations, and appreciate the experience. This mindfulness transforms ordinary moments into rich experiences, enhancing your overall sense of well-being. Living in the present also helps us respond more effectively to life's challenges. When we are fully present, we can approach problems with a clear mind and open heart. We are less likely to react impulsively or with frustration. Instead, we can address issues calmly and thoughtfully, finding solutions that align with our true intentions. In the busy rush of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in distractions and lose sight of the present. But by making a conscious effort to return to the here and now, we ground ourselves in what truly matters. Simple practices like mindful breathing, focusing on one task at a time, or taking a moment to appreciate your surroundings can help you stay present. Buddhism teaches us that by being mindful of each moment, we cultivate a deeper sense of awareness and presence. This awareness opens our hearts to the beauty of life and allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. We start to see the interconnectedness of all things and recognize the preciousness of each moment. The power of now is not about denying the past or ignoring the future. It's about fully embracing the present as the only time we have to act, to feel, and to live. By focusing on the present moment, we create a foundation for a more authentic and meaningful life. As you go through your day, try to bring your attention back to the present whenever you notice your mind wandering. Whether you're in a meeting, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, remind yourself to be fully present. This practice will enrich your life, bringing clarity, peace, and joy to each moment. Embracing the power of now means letting go of the habit of postponing our happiness and fulfillment. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions, we take action now. We make the most of the present, knowing that it is where we can create real change and experience true joy. So, let each moment be an opportunity to live fully and mindfully. By focusing on the present, you allow yourself to experience life as it is, without the burden of past regrets or future anxieties. This simple shift in awareness can lead to profound changes in how you live and feel each day. In the end, the power of now is about finding peace and satisfaction in the present moment. It's about living with intention and embracing each experience as it comes. By doing so, we unlock the true potential of our lives, discovering a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy. Integrating Buddhist principles into daily life. In the quiet moments of our lives, we often wonder how to bring the wisdom of Buddhism into our everyday actions. It's one thing to understand these teachings, but how do we apply them in practical ways? Let's explore how to weave these principles into our daily routines, making them part of who we are. Start with the simple act of being present. In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in the past or worry about the future. Buddhism teaches us to focus on the here and now. Try to bring your full attention to whatever you are doing, whether it's eating, walking, or even just sitting quietly. When you fully engage with each moment, you'll find a deeper sense of peace and clarity. Next, practice mindfulness in your interactions with others. This means listening with your whole being, not just hearing the words, but understanding the feelings behind them. When you speak, do so with kindness and honesty. Your words have the power to uplift or harm, so choose them carefully. By being mindful in your relationships, you foster deeper connections and create a more harmonious environment. Another important principle is the practice of gratitude. Buddhism teaches us to appreciate what we have rather than focusing on what we lack. Start a daily habit of reflecting on the things you are grateful for. It could be as simple as a warm meal, a loving friend, or a beautiful sunrise. By acknowledging and appreciating these moments, you shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. Let's also consider the concept of non-attachment. This doesn't mean giving up everything you love, but rather understanding that nothing is permanent. When you attach too strongly to people, things, or outcomes, you set yourself up for suffering. Embrace the idea that change is a natural part of life. By practicing non-attachment, you allow yourself to flow with life's ups and downs more gracefully. In your daily life, look for opportunities to practice compassion. This means being kind not only to others, but also to yourself. When you make a mistake, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Compassion helps you build a more positive relationship with yourself and those around you. Another essential practice is letting go of anger and resentment. Holding on to these emotions can weigh you down and prevent you from experiencing true happiness. Buddhism teaches that by forgiving others, you free yourself from the burden of negativity. Try to release these feelings and focus on moving forward with a light heart. Incorporate the practice of simplicity into your life. This can mean decluttering your physical space, simplifying your schedule, or reducing unnecessary commitments. By living simply, you create space for what truly matters and find more joy in the present moment. Lastly, remember that the journey of integrating these principles is ongoing. Be patient with yourself and recognize that change takes time. Each day is a new opportunity to practice and grow. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and continue to strive for greater understanding and harmony. By bringing these Buddhist principles into your daily life, you create a foundation for lasting peace and happiness. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Instead, focus on small, consistent actions that align with these teachings. Over time, you'll find that your life becomes more balanced and fulfilling. Embrace each moment as an opportunity to live with greater awareness and intention. Through these practices, you'll discover that a more meaningful and harmonious life is not only possible, but within your reach. Reflecting on the journey, taking the next step. As we come to the end of our journey together, let us take a moment to reflect on what we have learned and how far we have come. We have explored many aspects of living fully and embracing the present moment. Now, it is time to think about how we can continue this journey on our own. In Buddhism, reflection is a key practice. It allows us to look back at our actions, thoughts, and experiences with a clear mind. Through reflection, we can gain insight into our lives and see how we can improve. It helps us to understand what has worked well and what needs adjustment. Think about the changes you have already made. How have they affected your life? Have you noticed a difference in how you feel each day? Take a moment to appreciate the progress you have made. Every small step counts and brings you closer to a more fulfilling life. Now consider the next steps you need to take. It is important to set new goals and continue growing. This doesn't mean you have to make drastic changes all at once. Start with small, manageable steps that you can integrate into your daily routine. For instance, if you have been working on mindfulness, try to practice it a little more each day. If you have been focusing on letting go of excuses, find new areas where you can apply this principle. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is ongoing. It is not about reaching a final destination, but about continually moving forward. Each day offers a new opportunity to live more fully and embrace the present moment. By staying mindful and focused, you can continue to grow and evolve. As you move forward, keep the principles we discussed in mind. Embrace the present. Let go of unnecessary attachments, and approach each moment with a clear and open heart. These principles will guide you as you continue on your path. We hope that this series has been helpful to you and that you feel inspired to live more fully. If you have found value in these teachings, please consider sharing them with others. Your actions can help spread these ideas and support others on their own journeys. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. We wish you all the best as you continue to live your life with intention and purpose. May your journey be filled with growth, happiness, and peace. And remember, each moment is a new opportunity to start fresh. So, embrace it with an open heart and live fully, right here and right now.